Hey guys, this is Rodcon and welcome back to another video. And of course, I'm back and today we're going to be doing the 8th part of What If Goku Was Born as a Super Saiyan. I very much appreciate your love and support for my channel, and I'm grateful to be back to all of you. And of course, I hope you're having a wonderful summer. And of course, like I said in my coming back series, things are going to be going slow since I'm getting back to everything. But I hope you guys can understand what's going on. Like always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, post notifications on so you never miss an upload. And without much more words to say, let's jump into the video. After the Goku Black Arc, Goku, Vegeta, and the rest continue to train on Vegeta's planet. During this time, of course, Goku would of course meet Zeno and talk about the Tournament of Power. Now, for the Tournament of Power, things are going to be more different. Since Vegeta is the god of destruction, he will not enter this tournament. So, the Z Fighters are going to have to find some replacement. And since Trunks is in here, he will take Vegeta's spot. So, Tournament of Power, Universe 7 will be Goku, Trunks, Gohan, Goten, Kid Trunks, Raditz, Nappa, Android 18, Android 17, and Piccolo. Now, for this tournament, I believe the one that would mainly be taking on top would be Piccolo, if I'm being honest, because Piccolo has been doing a lot of training with the Saiyans, and he's been doing a lot of training with Whis, so he would be a lot stronger, and he would be able to give Top a good fight. Goku, of course, would be fighting Kefla and Kale and Caulifla, and he would start to overpower them in his Super Saiyan form, but this is when Kale and Caulifla go into their Super Saiyan. Kale goes berserk, and Goku would be actually able to handle Kale more easier this time when instead of the original. And also the other Z Fighters, they would be able to do their most stuff, and majority of the universes would be erased by Zeno. Now, the fight against Goku versus Jiren. Goku in his base Super Saiyan form, he starts to fight Jiren, but Jiren of course doesn't really feel much punches. He feels the pressure of the attacks, but he doesn't really feel anything. But Goku doesn't give up, of course. Goku goes into Super Saiyan 3, and Jiren is actually forced to block with one hand this time instead of just standing there. Goku is also pushing Jiren more and more, and this is when Goku goes into a Super Saiyan 4 when Jiren actually has to start blocking. Goku and Jiren have their fight, but Jiren starts to overpower Goku in his Super Saiyan 4 state, but this is when Goku goes into his Super Saiyan 5. Goku in Super Saiyan 5, he will start to be equal to Jiren. As Jiren starts to use more of his power, he will go into his 50% state. He will start to overpower Goku, but Goku will have to start going into his Kaioken. They will be on even ground, but Goku is starting to lose stamina. As he says, "Not bad, Jiren. You're one of the strongest people I've actually ever faced. I can't believe an immortal like you is this strong." As Jiren would smirk as he said, "You're strong too, Saiyan. I must admit this. You're one of the strongest people I've ever fought, besides Lord Balmy. But sadly for you, I've got to protect my universe." As Jiren goes up behind Goku and he slams him on the ground, getting Goku to spit out blood. As Jiren went and he fired off his red ball of energy that he used in the anime. As he fired it, and it hit Goku in the chest, getting him to almost get knocked out the arena, as Goku was breathing heavily. When Jiren was about to attack Goku again, Gohan came up behind Jiren as he went and he slammed him in the ground, getting him to go off guard. As Gohan was in his Super Saiyan 5 Mystic Blue state, Jiren started to fight Gohan, and Gohan was actually starting to overpower Jiren in his 50% form. And Goku, seeing this, would be amazed as he wasn't expecting Gohan to actually overpower Jiren in this state. As before Jiren could attack more, Dispo comes up behind Gohan as he kicks him away. Goku, seeing this, would instant transmission right to Jiren as he would start to fight him again. While Goku is fighting Jiren, Piccolo would actually be starting to fight Toppo. Now, Toppo is still are literally the same, but Piccolo in this is a lot stronger. I would see Piccolo, he would be stronger than his superhero canon self. He would be stronger than his superhero canon self. As Toppo tries to attack Piccolo, it does nothing. Piccolo in his orange form is easily overpowering Toppo. Even if Toppo goes into his God of Destruction form, which he does, Piccolo wouldn't really need that much to defeat him. As Top tries to use his Akai, Piccolo slaps it away as he goes in with a special beam cannon, launching Top right out of the arena. Gohan and Dispo will continue having that match, with Dispo actually using his speed, but Gohan is, I would say, faster, seeing as he's a lot stronger now. Gohan at this point is stronger than his beast form. I'm saying that now. Gohan is stronger than his beast form with his Mystic 4. With his Mystic Super Saiyan Blue 4, he's stronger than Mystic, which is why he was able to overpower Jiren. So Dispo has no chance. Gohan would easily knock Dispo out of the arena, as Kefla would show up. Kefla is the same, as Gohan would go into his actually Super Saiyan 5 just to test Kefla. He would detransform and go into Super Saiyan 5. Kefla would go into Super Saiyan 2, and they would continue their fight. Now, Kefla would not really do that much to Gohan. Gohan, even in his Super Saiyan 5 state, is relatively stronger than MUI Goku in the Tournament of Power. So, yeah, Gohan, is stronger than Kefla. So, Gohan with a simple Masenko knocks out Kefla. Now back to the fight with Goku and Jiren. Goku would start to overpower Jiren in his 50% form, now in his Super Saiyan 5 Kaioken, due to Gohan's damage. This is when Jiren would actually use his full power. Jiren in his full power would start to be on even grounds with Goku, as Jiren and Goku would start to make the entire world of Void shake. Goku would be forced to use more of his Kaioken, which would be taxing on his body. Jiren here would try to attack Goku with more of his power, but Goku with his smooth training with Ultra Instinct is able to dodge. But since Goku is more primal and not godly, he still has not fully mastered of Ultra Instinct, but Goku has signs of using Ultra Instinct, not fully. Now, Jiren and Goku will continue the battle as majority of the universes were getting erased. Goku would use his Kamehameha Wave, and Jiren would use his Power Ball. Now their attacks would clash, as Goku would use his full power of Kaioken and Super Saiyan 5, making the Kamehameha Wave nearly engulf Jiren, but Jiren appears right in front of Goku, slamming his fist into his gut, making Goku spit out blood as he fired off a super powerful Nova Blast right to Goku's chest, getting him to slam into tons of rocks. Vegeta, seeing this, would get worried as he thinks that Goku is actually knocked out. But before everybody's eyes, a light would appear as Goku was screaming with a primal roar. As when the dust settles, it shows Goku in UI. UI Goku, now fully seen, starts to fight Jiren, and he would completely overpower him. Jiren would have no chance against this version of Goku. Goku wasn't even trying. He was just going with the flow, as Jiren couldn't even keep up, making Jiren lose his cool as he would go into his Limit Breaker. Limit Breaker Jiren would start to fight Goku hand to hand, but Goku in his UI state would start to dodge and start to overpower Jiren. Now, of course, Goku is still adapting to his UI since he's never used it before, and he's already getting better and better at it. Now, during this time, Jiren will be the only one in Universe 11, as Goku and Jiren will continue their fight. Jiren will use all of his full power, going straight at Goku, but Goku during this time would start to getting more access to UI, but his primal nature is going to light as it's getting harder and harder for him to keep UI manageable. As he continues to fight, Goku continues to fight more and more, but his UI is running out. As Jiren notices this, he starts to overpower Goku, slamming him into the ground as he fires up his strongest attack, hoping that this will defeat Goku. As Jiren launches the attack straight at Goku, Goku has no choice, but he lets out a primal roar as it shakes the entire world of void. Goku, letting the light dim down, releases his aura fully as a giant bolt of holy light comes down at Goku as it reveals him in his true molestical and mystical form. Goku has now gone into his Super Saiyan 10 once again, as this time Goku has full control over his Super Saiyan 10. Jiren seeing this would be shocked as Goku is flowing with power. Jiren would try everything, but it wouldn't even make Goku flinch. Goku was just standing there admiring his power. He barely even saw Jiren. Jiren wasn't even doing anything to Goku. Goku barely was bothered by him, as Goku uses a simple Kamehameha wave as it nearly kills Jiren, knocking him out, and Universe 7 wins the tournament. Now they would still use the wish to revive all the universes, bringing them all back, as peace was restored for a couple of years. A few years have passed since the Tournament of Power, as Goku and Vegeta, as the rest of the others, begin to train on Vegeta's planet. Goku has now fully mastered his Super Saiyan 5, 6, and he has almost mastered his Super Saiyan 10 as he continues to train. Goku still tries to use his Ultra Instinct, but since of his primal nature, he can only use Omen for now, just for now. As a few I would say years pass, as Broly comes into the picture. Now, unlike the original, this wouldn't be really possible since Frieza never came to Earth. It never collected the Dragon Balls. He never came to Earth because he never revived by Beerus since Frieza was Sakai. Now we should say that I could say that Lemmo and Chilai would go to Planet Vampa to get Broly and Paragus, so I would probably do that. So they probably would do that. So like in the original, Chilai and Lemmo will still go to Planet Vampa to retrieve Paragus. Since the Frieza Force is still going, it's just going slowly. Now the Frieza Force would still get Broly and Paragus, and they would head to Earth. Now during this time, Goku and Vegeta, as well as the others, will continue to train. Goku would mainly use his Super Saiyan 6 form, as he's trying to use more of his latent power. This is when Bulma would get the news that Broly is on the planet Earth, as she would contact Whis, as Goku, Vegeta, and the rest of them would go to Earth. Now in the original, Vegeta would fight Broly, and he starts to overpower Broly easily with his pure strength low, but of course Broly starts to adapt, getting faster and stronger as he would start to overpower Vegeta. Vegeta seeing this goes straight into Super Saiyan God as he would start to fight Broly once again. Broly this time he would get destroyed. He would get worse than he did when he went against Super Saiyan God Vegeta in the original. Vegeta wasn't even phased by his punches as he was destroying Broly back to back, sending him into the water as he would fire off a massive prominence flash, incinerating the water and hitting Broly full force. Broly, of course, would scream as he would go into his Akari state. Broly in his Akari state would start to go head to head with Vegeta, not overpowering him like he did in the original, since Vegeta is much stronger, so he would start to go hand to hand, but soon Vegeta would get overpowered by Broly. Now Goku would actually tell Vegeta to step off as he wants to fight Broly himself. Goku powering up his ki, he would begin to rush at Broly as they would begin their fight. Now, Goku in this is stronger than his canon self due to him being in Super Saiyan form and him training a lot more. So, Broly, he would be basically equal to Broly when it comes to strength, but Broly would still overpower him due to his adaptation. Now, Goku would go into a Super Saiyan 4 form as he would start to overpower Broly immensely. But Broly would start to gain more ground, but he's reaching his limits. Now, during that battle, Paragus did try to attack Vegeta, but Vegeta easily managed to go and kill Paragus. And of course, that made Broly snap as he would transform into his into his regular Super Saiyan state, and he would start to overpower Goku. Now, during this time, Bardock would actually come up to the fray as he says he wants to fight Broly himself. Goku's shocks allows his father to go up as Broly starts to fight Bardock. Bardock has continued his training, and he has continued to train a lot, seeing as that he doesn't want his son to surpass him. Not anymore. He's already been surpassed by so many people. Heck, even his own grandchildren have surpassed him from time to time. But he's tired of always being the so-called low-class trash he was. As he starts to transform, as his hair flows, he calms his mind as he goes into Super Saiyan 6 as he would start to fight Broly. Now, Bardock as a Super Saiyan 6, I would say, is on Gogeta's level. Super Gogeta when he fought Broly the first time. So he's evenly matched with Broly. Broly would of course start to adapt, but Bardock would use more of his power, pushing his body to the limit, but Broly was slowly starting to adapt and overpower Bardock. Now, during this time, Bardock would start using his Saiyan spirit, but Bardock would start to lose power since Bardock is using his Saiyan spirit and Super Saiyan 6. Even though Super Saiyan 6 is a very good transformation, the Saiyan spirit combined with his already use of the Super Saiyan 6 transformation, it does slow his stamina. So it's the same for Goku, because Super Saiyan 6, it's a good transformation, but it's like Super Saiyan Blue. It has stamina drain. So Broly would start to overpower Bardock due to the stamina drain, but this is when Bardock smiles as Broly punches Bardock, but he catches the fist as his body envelops in the silver blue glow as Bardock goes into MUI, Mastered Ultra Instinct. Throughout these years, Bardock has gone to Whis and actually asked to train with him. And Whis, of course, would train Bardock, and he would start to teach Bardock the arts of Ultra Instinct. Bardock would learn fast as well, though it did take him a couple of years to master the form. He's got it down to where he can use it in his mastered state. Not his perfected form like Goku did in the manga, but he's got it down to a mastered state. As Broly would try to attack Bardock, he would dodge every single one of his attacks, as he would start to overpower Broly instantly. Broly, of course, would reach his limit, as Bardock would use his final Javelin Cannon, launching it straight at Broly, as, of course, they would use the Dragon... Chila and Lemon would use the Dragon Ball to send Broly back to Planet Bumpa. Bardock, tired, would transform out of the state as he immediately passed out from the strain. Goku, flying next to his father, would say, "I'm proud of you, Dad. You actually managed to use the power of Whis taught you." As Bardock said, You're not too off as well, son. You've got the power to use Master Ultra Instinct as well. You're just not using it to its fullest." Goku chuckles as he said, "Yeah, because I'm mainly focused on my primal state. Ultra Instinct is messing up with my primal, so I prefer using Omen. Not to mention, I can't really use Master State yet." Bardock and Goku would have a little laugh as Goku would go to Planet Bumper to check on Broly. Now, of course, like in the original, he would bring Broly, Chi-Lai, and Lemo to Vegeta's planet, as Broly would begin to train with the Saiyans. Now we would go to the Moro arc. Of course, like the original, Moro breaks out of prison and heads to Namek. Now, during this time, Goku would train with Bardock to get a grasp on Mastered Ultra Instinct. He already has UI, but he needs to grasp MUI if he wants to be fully completed. Super Saiyan 10 is not Super Saiyan 10, which is his strongest form yet, is not mastered. He's got it down to where he can go in and out in the form and not lose his mind, but the form itself is not mastered to a fullest degree, and Whis even stated that. Whis states that his Super Saiyan 10 is a very primitive state that lets all of his emotions go wild, let the full emotions of a Saiyan go wild, along with his will and determination. But Goku's mainly focused on his pride as a Saiyan. His will and determination is not there. That's why the form is incomplete. If it was, Goku in Super Saiyan 10, and I'm just lowballing, Goku in Super Saiyan 10, if he was to master it at full strength, he would be in the levels of a low tier angel. Yes, he would be strong. I would say this now, he would be stronger than Mirrors if he would have fully mastered his Super Saiyan 10 form. But right now he only has a grasp of around 80% of the form. Now we go to where Jocko and Mirrors would get Goku and Vegeta to go to planet Namek. But since Vegeta is mainly the god of destruction, he still wants to go. He just has to give Whis permission, and Whis would agree, as Goku and Vegeta would head to planet Namek. Now, for planet Namek, they would easily be able to defeat all of the forces. Moro's men don't stand a chance against them, as Vegeta would mainly Hakai most of them, as Moro would go and he would find both of them. Now, Goku would also go to try to find the Dragon Ball before Moro. He found one Dragon Ball, so Moro doesn't have all of the Dragon Balls. So when he finds them, Moro goes to attack him to get his Dragon Ball, but he gets a rude awakening. Goku transforms into Super Saiyan 4 and he starts to beat the crap out of Moro. But this is when Goku's energy starts to get sapped. Moro can still suck the energy from the planet, and he would suck the energy from Goku. Now Vegeta, he would go into his Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Destroyer form. As he would start to fight Moro would start taking his energy, but it would start to destroy him. Vegeta's energy is Hakai. Since Vegeta became the god of destruction, he accepted his role completely, as all of his energy is nothing but Hakai. So Vegeta can be the one to defeat Moro. His destroyer energy can counteract Moro's absorption, because Moro tries to absorb his energy, it just starts to destroy his body. So Moro mainly takes energy from Goku, as he's able to take energy from Goku, and he starts to gain his youth back, as he would start to overpower Goku and defeat him. Vegeta, on the other hand, he would have trouble. Because Vegeta is using Hakai energy, he can't take his energy. But he has another way of taking energy besides his actual way. He would do a similar thing to what he did with the original energy, creating a full ball of pure ki, and he would swallow it. He would do the same thing as he did the original, but this time he would swallow all of Goku's energy reserves that he took. He would swallow all of it, as he would get a massive boost in power, making him look really young. Vegeta tries to attack Moro, but Moro will start to overpower Vegeta barely, as before Vegeta could go into his Ultra Ego, Moro barely was able to knock him out, as he gets the Dragon Balls and he takes them to Namek to get his wish. As beforehand, Jocko and Mirrors would get Goku and Vegeta, as they would take them back to the ship. As that is it for this What If, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it, and of course, if you did, make sure to show me some love, hit that like button down below, subscribe, post notifications on so you never miss an upload, and of course, I'm so glad to be back with you all. It's been so stressful, and I'm just so glad to be back posting these episodes again. And of course, I love you all so much, and of course, then the next episode will be the last episode, and I have something special for the last episode. It won't be Black Frieza as the final boss, it'll be somebody else. I really, really love you all. And of course, I hope you all enjoy. And of course, I'm so sorry I've been gone for so long. But finally, since summer break is here, I can finally start posting videos again. But of course, my destroyers, stay awesome, stay safe. I hope you guys like it. Of course, have an insane day and always be safe.